Hello, I want to take a moment to just demonstrate the primary chord families in terms of bar chording for Guitar 2 students. The primary chords are the 1 chord, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord in any key, and they're used to play a lot of music. They're very common chords. You hear these kind of progressions a lot, things that sound like this. So it's very useful to know how to find these chords and how they're related to each other. So I'm just going to demonstrate in a major key. First of all, the primary chords, if I'm playing bar chords and I'm starting with a 6-string bar chord, for instance like the G chord here at the 3rd fret. My root note is the G on the 3rd fret of the 6th string, and I use my major shape to get that bar chord. Now that's the 1 chord in the key of G. Now the 4 chord is going to be found on the 5th string, the 3rd fret, so it's this pattern right underneath the 6th string. And then the 5 chord is going to be 2 frets higher on the 5th string out at the 5th fret. So it forms this little L pattern. 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5. And the shapes I would use: 6-string major for the 1, on the 5th string, 5-string major, so I'm barring at the 5th on the 5 strings, and then I have 2nd finger, 3rd finger, and my pinky all on the 4th, 3rd, and 2nd string, 2 frets higher. Some people do a double bar and will bar with their 1st string, 1st finger, and bar with their 3rd finger. So I go from 1 on the 6th string, 1, to 4, again, just skipping down 1 string, and then I slide up 2 frets to the 5. Now you can play the 5 chord as just a major chord or as a dominant, meaning it's the 7th chord. And with the 7th, what you're doing is you're taking away that 3rd string. So that'd be my 3rd finger, and I get that 7th in there. And that's the sound you get. And so no matter where you want to start that pattern, let's say I want to play in B flat. Well, my B flat is up here at the 6th fret on the 6th string, and I use that same pattern no matter where you want to start. If I'm in A, and this is a very common shape and very common pattern to use, so it's really helpful to know where those shapes are. Now, if you want to reverse it, let's say you want to, let's say you want to play in the key of D and you want to use bar chords, but you don't want to have to be way up here at the 10th fret. Especially on acoustic guitar, it's hard to reach up there. Well, there is a D on the 5th string as well. This D here. Now, when you're starting your primary chords on the 5th string, the pattern is a little bit different. So we have a 1. If I'm in the key of D, my D chord is at the 5th fret on the 5th string. And then my 4, you can drop down 2 frets and 1 string. So I'm sliding down 2 frets and 1 string to get the 4 chord, which is G. And then the 5 chord is A, or A7. So see, I'm sort of reversing that pattern. The first, when I was starting on the 6th string, I'd go 6th string, 5th string, 5th string. But if I'm starting on the 5th string, I'm going 5th string, 6th string, 6th string. And those are the major shapes. If I wanted to switch to minor, same pattern. If I'm starting, let's say I want to do a G minor instead of G major. Now instead of major shape, I use minor, but the pattern is the same. G, C, D. But for the 1st chord and the 4th chord, I would use minor shapes, and the 5 I would still use the 7th. So here's what that sounds like, G major and then G minor using these primary chords. And now minor. And now, to demonstrate the other pattern, I'm going to do D, starting on the 5th string. So here's the major and then the minor. Now minor. We'll review these patterns in class, but this video can help reinforce those. And those patterns are always the same and can be very helpful to find your way around the neck of the guitar without having to think too much. Your hand will just move to those positions. Hope that helps. Thanks.